Right, it says I'm live. So, baby, if you would give me a thumbs up when you can hear me, please. No? Can you not hear me? Was that a thumbs up? I wasn't looking. When I'm looking at you, you won't do it, and when I look away, you wave your hands. Oh, I've got me coming through on me. There we go. I'll get used to this rubbish one of these days. But hey, second time. Thank you, wee one. Thank you. Who we got? Missy, Karen, Roger, of course, and wee one. Good evening, ladies. Good evening. Good to see you. How's everybody been? I had a good one. Wasn't the weather beautiful last day or so? It's been absolutely beautiful day. I hope you've had the same. I really do. Hope you've had the same. Roger says my audio's cutting and muffled. Well, the microphone is literally there, so yeah, it's ways me drink. Do, do me drink. That's about as close as it gets. So, um, I've muted the computer, babe, but I will turn that off in case that's having an effect. Thank you, Missy. I just went and put a brush through it, and I thought I'd go. We were doing all the retro, so I thought I'd put a clip in it, do a bit retro, all one-sided. So I haven't had a chance to dig for the whip. I don't know which box it's in. I think I may have actually thrown it away, but hey, if I can find it, it'll be a bit of a giggle. That'll be something for another day. So everybody's having lovely weather, and I haven't got Holly to talk to tonight, and Jen's off out, so I haven't got a Jenny. So what was I going to talk about? Is everybody else with me? Do we all have certain pet hates? I know I'm a brummie, and I know you can tell it a mile away. I'm not black country, so I don't abbreviate like that. But I do, yeah. But one of my pet hates is people on TV. Beth Rigsby cannot pronounce a G. She's on Sky News. Excuse me, one sec. It's all right. I can hear it coming up from downstairs. It's putting me off when I can hear myself. Beth Rigsby cannot pronounce a G. She's talking about living here, there, and everywhere, including Birmingham. When she was doing the elections the other night, she was going on about Birmingham. I live in Birmingham. It's got a G in the middle. So, yeah, that's one of my pet hates. So, if you want to let me know what you hate, yeah, Brummie accents, probably. How many have we got tonight? We got many lurkers? 6 watching. That's where I expected it to be last week, to be honest. Just half a dozen of us. But no, you're all right, babe. You don't have to put headphones on. It's all right. I've got him in the back office. I can bring him up anytime I like. I don't like. But I said I had no ideas on what to talk about with these lives. You don't like Sly News or BR? High Stitch? So that's Sky News, I presume, not Sly News. I'm guessing Sky News. Um, Roger has it on so he can pick up what's going on with the politicians. And as I say, Sadgit Khan, Beth Rigsby. There's two or three of them. But Bethy's an Essex girl, so sort of explains it. Sort of explains why there's no G's at the end of her words. But hey, I don't. It's one of the males presenters can't pronounce Farage. Um, he he seems to have problem reading some things. So it was Nigel Farage. That was it. He called him Farage. How do they get to be news reporters? How do they get to have these jobs when they can't even read properly? So, oh, I thought I'd see what the internet suggested for. Oh, weird one. Yes, no R's. No, it's G's. It's G's, not R's. But yes, very clever. Oh, Stuart, welcome. Sorry, yes, I missed you there. Yeah, welcome. Like I said, frocks are not essential. Everybody's welcome. I'm only talking shit tonight. I'll get him up in a bit. I think have somebody to talk to. Not that I talk to him enough. Yeah. So I looked on the internet to see what it is women talk about. So 13 things all females talk about. Number one, period problems. No, I don't think we'll cover that. 2, general other lady topics. No, don't think we'll also. No. 3, sex. We end up with enough innuendo, so we'll get round to that one. Comparisons. No, I don't think so. Lack of equality. Votes for women. Yeah. We're all liberated women on here. I know that. So I know. I thought work, and then work stuff. How many of us work? I thought this is useless. Give me no help whatsoever, other than the travel dream. I did think that. Does anybody have anywhere they'd love to go? Missy, I think Missy wants a cabin by the beach. Oh, good to see you've got your frock on, Stuart. Yeah, excellent. Nice to hear it. Yeah, we're not going to the moon. That is full of junk. Yes. I want a cottage by the sea. I want a cottage by the sea. Just big enough to keep all the fishing tackle and a few clothes. Because when we go on holiday, that's what we do. I just want to do that 24/7. 24/7, a cottage by the sea. Stuart, don't post comments like that, please, when I'm just about to take a drink. Yeah, Karen, yeah. I don't think it matters where it is, as long as it's near the sea. Roger's lived right on the coast, and he says there's so many problems that go with it, like the damp and the wind and the waves and everything else. But I've lived in Birmingham all my life. I'd love to spend a decent portion of time by the sea. I really would. No, no, we one head. I can't give you makeup tips. cannot give him makeup tips. I never wear makeup usually, but I thought appearing on camera, a bit of lippy, it's got to be done. But no, I used to wear makeup when I was on stage, but every day I don't. I really don't. So no, nobody wants to tell me where they want to live, where they want to go. I'll happily come with you, Karen, to Ireland. Scar, good evening. Numbers are growing. Cornish. Yep, definitely. If you move up to Scotland, we'll definitely come and visit. Mind you, I say that. My aunt's in Edinburgh and I've been there once since I was a kid. I really don't know how you do this, babe, but you do have a few more comments. Do you want to come up and rip some shit with me? Do you want to come and talk with me? Huh?
Well, I ain't got much bloody choice. You got control.
I can't hear you now.
Can you hear me all right?
Try again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now. It's because I'd muted everything. I'd muted everything rather than just the YouTube. So, you know. I know you'll come with me, go fishing.
Well, yeah. So I was just trying to find a picture here. But I can't remember what I did with it.
A picture of what?
Of you made up on stage.
Oh, I've got some pictures ready and waiting.
Oh, well, there you go then. I got some in a file, but I'm buggered if I can remember where I put them. Because I did that video for your birthday, I put them in that. I've got that video, but I haven't got the individual pictures, so I don't know where I put them.
You like that?
No, not that one. That's my favourite one, that is. No, the one when you played at the festival.
Yeah.
I had that one somewhere.
Oh, I've closed it.
So I got the video, but well, I'm saying that, have I?
That one?
No. When you had your tie and your hat on, and
that was but that was the festival. That was the Fuse Festival. You mean the Lichfield Garrick?
Oh, I don't know which one it was.
Well, no, you don't. I found that. There we go.
Oh, look, I got an alert that said you like. Bloody hell, it comes out quicker. That's the one, yeah.
That one?
Yeah. That's the one.
That was me nearly 30 years ago. It's got Lippy on there as well. That's my dear son when he had a bit of hair left.
Yeah, before he grew his whiskers. Oh.
But that's where we go.
And he got 7 watching.
I don't care. 7's enough. That's where we go on holiday. That's how close the road is to the beach. Beautiful drive all the way down from just about there, really, isn't it, babe? When you are at the coast, because between there and Silloth, there's quite a bit of sand dunes and things. But from there all the way down to the golf club at Maryport, you're that close to the beach all the way down. That's Scotland. You can see off in the distance off in the distance up there.
There you go. Put
That's
that one up.
Criffle. There's the cottages.
That's the one we stay in, and that beach is just there.
That's the beach. The road runs along the end. I can't point to it now. But I've literally walked down that road, crossed over, and I'm stood by those signposts in the background there. And that's the photo to the right on that one.
I'm just trying to see what else I've got on here. There you go.
That's one of my many photos of the sunset over the water. But it doesn't matter, good weather or bad. It's absolutely stunning up there. What you got?
Well, that's where the cottage
that's
is,
in the corner.
and that's the beach. And I've got one somewhere. Where is it? Where are we? That's a better one. How do I share that one then? Oh, I can only share one at a time. That's boring, isn't it? And that one's the bottom of the road from the cottage, and that's how close it is to the beach. And that beach is probably about 4 miles long. Fucking fly. Ah.
Well, the beach goes all the way down to Maryport.
Well, yeah.
And all the way up to Swilly.
It's got one or two places where it disappears. Jimmy's, good evening, mate. Yeah, it's sand, but it's got gravel as well. And if you go too far out, it's mud.
Can you Missy, why would you want to hear me sing? Why would you want to hear me sing?
Why would I what?
Missy said, oh, wow, can we hear you sing?
She needs the band.
People do that to you. When you go, I used to be in a band, people go, oh, go on then, sing something. Like what? Give me a clue. Somebody with a guitar starts playing an intro, I'll start singing. But no, maybe another day. Karaoke live streams. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
You have to be really careful doing shit like that.
It's copyright.
Yeah. Yeah, they do them, but you've got to be a bit careful with them. I mean, a copyright won't get your channel taken down. All they do is they warn you that you could be up for a copyright claim. I mean, I've had dozens of warnings, but they've never done anything yet.
When we first got together, Jimmy, Roger took me down to Newquay to meet all his mates and everything else. And it was as I remembered it. Beautiful little places, scones, crab sandwiches, Skinner's Ale. And then then we went down and found that the pub had closed. Most of his mates had moved out of Newquay, and it was I don't know. It was just full of emmets.
Swear if she embarrassed me in front of all my mates because I got drunk and she carried me back to the hotel under her arm.
No, you weren't under my arm. You were slung over my shoulder.
Yeah, only if it's a proper one, we won.
Oh, definitely. There was a lovely Cornish pasty shop as well that I really enjoyed calling into. And the last time we went down there was Panda's wedding, wasn't it?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Panda's wedding. And apart from the fact that everybody got together for the wedding, it had changed so much in just a couple of years. And I said to him, right, I'm going to take you to the area where my dad grew up, and I'm going to show you what it's like to really go back in time. And you couldn't believe it, could you? The cobbled street,
Oh yeah, well, I like little towns like that.
yeah, but it's untouched up there. Top end of Cumbria. It's not commercial. It's not like Windermere and all of those places where you can't
windy.
move. Windy, yeah. Where you can't move for tourists. But
Well, it never gets crowded, does it?
no.
You ain't got screaming kids running around even the fun fair shuts down at 6 o'clock. So
Not in the summer. Not in the summer holidays. That's why we don't go in the summer holidays. It does change during the summer holidays. There's more kids around because there's a couple of holiday parks and things, caravan parks. But there's no big hotels. It's not commercialised. It's well, it was going back in time, but an oldies band, yeah, Missy. I always wanted to learn the piano. I ended up having to learn the cello because it was the only instrument they got left at the school. Was that or nothing?
Jimmy's just put in there about the run to the sun down in Newquay. I'll dig some photographs out for next week's live, Jimmy. Show you some photographs from the first ever one that they had before he got taken over by the bugs.
But it is true, these places, when it's midweek or between or just after events, the places change so much. It's so different.
Well, you look at the new houses that have been built in Silloth since we've been going up there, you know. Not overcrowded like a lot of places, but it's just a slower pace of life. That's what I like. Plus the fishing, obviously.
Well, fishing helps.
Well, that's about all there is to do there, really. Well, there are other things, but that's best done in the evening.
Yeah, you can do those pics on your stream maybe. Resist. Good evening.
Good evening, Resist. Yeah, well, I'll get you to scan them. Don't PDF them this time. Just scan them, put them on a stick so I can blow them up. Oh my God! Good evening, Mr. Pap.
Good evening, sweetheart. How are you? How's the family? How's Mom? Thank you for honouring me.
I wouldn't call it an honour.
is. It is.
Oh, fuck this stuff.
I know you're a bit restricted down there, Dan, but if you do want to pop in, I'll put the link on our mod
It's in our
Discord.
Discord. Yeah, that's what I like, Missy. That's what I used to like about Cornwall. I'd walk out the town and I was out on the cliffs, on the rocks, all on my own, you know. I used to sit out there for hours. I was even sat out there for Christmas Day once fishing. Yeah, that's all right, Dan. It's not a problem, mate. We've always said, and Heather has always agreed with me, no matter what, family's always got to come first. Always.
Roger said something. Dan, are you planning on doing a live Sunday? That's why I thought you might want to pop up and plug it. I know there's only 5 people in here, but
14.
14 now. Bloody well,
Yeah.
one of them's done.
Mind you, this thing, it doesn't show me the live count. I have to refresh it every time to get the live count.
Yeah, mine says 14, so...
Yeah, the accurate one is the one that's on StreamYard screen. Taking a notice of the YouTube one.
I can't see that.
It should be top left-hand corner next to the time that you've been running.
The eye.
Yeah, that's
13.
the number that you've got watching at the live time.
Right, 14.
There you go. One's gone.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh, you're going. Yeah. Okay,
excellent.
Mate.
Excellent.
That
I'll give it another plug.
Reply earlier.
I'll give it another plug at the end if you're not around then. But in case we've got a different half a dozen watching. But Roger was right. He said Holly would forget.
Yeah. Well, she's loved up, you know. She's probably out enjoying the weather. If she's
I can't say as I blame her.
No.
Well, I went.
A few clouds up there now.
Yes, Dan, I'm doing my own lives, but I don't know what to talk about yet. I haven't got any subjects, so. And Holly helped a lot last week. And so did Jenny Wynn. But Jenny's going out tonight, so. But Holly did say she'd join me, but.
Yeah, Jen did very well because I know she told me privately that she was very, very nervous about coming up on camera and that. And she did bloody well.
Well, she said, when I first invited her, she said, "Oh, I don't know." But hopefully some of the other girls will show an interest or have something interesting they'd like to come up and talk about. And I can have other guests. But because I've got nothing to talk about. Dan, you can be a guest. You can come up and give us some cooking tips.
How about as a finance professional talk about the bullshit being pushed a bit out? Are we out of the recession? That's all they told us, and you can't believe anything they tell us. That's only Jeremy Hunt has said that. The Bank of England haven't announced it yet. It's on the ONS site, but again, that's under government control now. Sorry, dipping into politics there.
But it's, yeah, I've never really agreed with how they work out, whether we're in a recession or not. And I don't want to get too political, but I do hate the fact that I've been sitting watching the price of a a gallon of crude go down and down and down, and yet the price of petrol is still going up and up and up.
That's because we're buying it already refined now rather than getting the crude and refining it ourselves.
Makes no difference. If the initial product is cheaper, the processing hasn't got that much dearer. That means it goes up and up and up.
Well,
So,
most of the oil that we're getting our fuel from at the moment is coming from Russia, and it's going through China and India, where it's being refined and then sent to us. There's OPEC have restricted supplies from the Middle East. You want to talk about things like that? Wee One's the one to ask, believe me. She's got her fingers in everything around that sort of stuff.
yeah, but Wee One said she's happy in the background, and that's where she'll stay, in the background. But if the channel has an email address, if she wants to send me something, I'm happy to read out or discuss her point of view. Same with anybody else. You don't have to come up. You can email me.
Sorry, showing my ass there, but bollocks, I plugged it in. I need my light on to see the keyboard, and with the window open, you know what's going to happen. The fucking place is going to fill up with bugs. Oh, come on, which one are you? Oh, I ain't got it plugged in. I've got the bloody battery charger plugged in, haven't I?
You can tell he hasn't prepared himself and got himself looking all nice for a live, because it's not his. He's got his best grey t-shirt on.
There we go.
He's got half a dozen grey ones, half a dozen white ones, and a couple of black ones.
I've got a few printed ones. I keep meaning to get some more, but I don't do clothes shopping, as you know.
Except for that. And when you send me clothes shopping, you say get a multi-pack.
Well, yeah, it's easier, isn't it? If you can get 5 or 6 of the same for a couple of quid each, rather than paying 10 or 8 quid for a t-shirt, then yeah, I don't mind them all being the same colour. I know they're clean each day. Goosed.
Not for me, I can't.
I mean, ever I tell you, I'm never a big one for clothes. I mean, suit, tie, and collar, that's wedding and funerals only. Other than that, I live in my joggers or my combats. The joys of bacon. There you go. Hell yeah.
So is it streaky or back? Is it crispy? Is it rind on, rind off? There's so many options with bacon.
Rind off, crispy, streaky.
I know what your preference is.
Makes a world
but you like normal streaky bacon done crispy. I like rind off smoked back bacon.
And it's even better if it's on top of a burger with cheese.
Yeah, the only way I eat the rind is if it's been crackled. If it hasn't been crackled, it's not edible.
Hello, where's that gone then?
What have you lost now?
That's what I mean. I don't know. I had 5 screens open. Now I've only got... Oh, I had pictures, my files open. That was it. All of it anyway it comes, unless it's raw, Jimmy. Especially when you got false teeth. Mind you, you have to be careful with it crispy when you got false teeth. What the fuck?
Bless you, Missy. It's what I like about doing my own channel. I get such lovely compliments.
I'll tell you what, Missy, and I've quite often said it in Texas. She looks after me that well that I'll be honest, I say I wouldn't be here now and breathing if I hadn't have been with her.
You didn't have to retract that one, wee one. I knew it was an accident. I hate that when you hit the shift button for. It's all right when you hit the shift button to get a capital and you hit the caps lock. It's so easy to do on a small keyboard, especially. You forgive them, wee one.
The only time I kick up about that wee one is if somebody's been told not to do it and they keep doing it. The odd slip, it's not an issue.
I have to be nice to Mr. W because, yeah, well.
Because I'm worth it.
No, it's just not worth the hassle.
Hello, Holly. If you do want to come up, the link's in the Discord
and in the Facebook.
And then I can drop down if you want. If you don't want me up there, not a problem.
Well, we can slag you off if she comes up. But give a chance to get in and gets heckled.
You can slag me off and then take the piss at me laughing in the back room. Yeah, just like you two did last week. Yay!
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that reminds me, you just saying about the holidays there. I must remember to get the fishing gear out the end of the month and check.
Yeah, you must make sure it's all there. While Holly's cooking tea, I'll tell you the sort of shit I have to put up with from this bloke. I've got some cooked chicken. So it was chicken thighs, skin on, bone in. So we both prefer our meat off the bone. So I took the skin off, took the bones out, and put some on a plate for him and served it to him and left mine on the side on a plate while I did my whatever it was I was having with it. Can't remember what I had with my chicken, but I was still doing my tea basically, and he'd eaten his. And he comes out with his plate, puts it on the side, sees the chicken that's left, and starts eating it. I had to point out that it was my tea he was eating, not leftovers.
That's what I don't feed to the cat.
I was going to say, if I have to be quick, or you and the cat will eat my tea. It's not the first time either. He's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And you know all this, I do the washing up.
Oh, I haven't done it today.
Or yesterday. Or the day before. Where are we? Where are we? Friday. I don't think you've washed up at all this week, to be honest.
Yeah, I did. I washed half of Sundays up.
Yeah, but I washed all the plates. I washed all the saucepans. I washed all the roasting trays. So which bit did you wash?
Well, I've been aching all week, haven't I?
And I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah, that's my pussy. I won't dress up, but I'll show you me pussy. And yeah, hey, little bitch. You my little bitch.
I've just had a you moment. I was going to say something and it's gone. You and your pussy.
Oh, you know I like to stroke the pussy.
Yeah. Oh, he got all excited today. A mate had got a couple of CB radios, and I went over to pick them up. Came back, and the one doesn't power up at all, and the other one hasn't got a mic, and we can't hear anything on it anyway. So we don't know whether it's working or because he was going to fit a CB in the car so we could talk to the truckers on the way on holiday.
Hey, what you doing? Getting old,
Roger
isn't it?
playing with his pussy on OnlyFans. Yeah, there's a thought.
Yeah.
There's a thought.
My little furry shadow. Huh? Yeah, she's not long for this world now, unfortunately. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you will notice I got him a vape like mine, refillable, rechargeable.
It doesn't work with engine oil and it doesn't work with two-stroke oil. But pineapple's all right. It does make you cough, though. Oh, I actually forgot to mute that bloody Star Trek or whatever it is going on in the background here. Let's have a look, see what's on
No, I
Facebook.
don't need food parcels and care part. No, you're all right. The cupboards are absolutely rammed with food. Since lockdown and you can't get pasta's going to be an issue and rice is going to be an issue and I don't know what. I made sure that I was stocked up, so I gave my son and his missus a couple of packets of pasta. My daughter had a load of tins and some pasta. Yeah, I've just got far too much because I buy the bargains when I see them. So make sure they go in the freezer for Ron. Oh, talking of going in the freezer for Ron, did you get the chicken out for the cat?
No. I will.
Neither did I. I think it's in the ice tray.
I'll dig it out later. She ain't going to want it before breakfast time. Is that it? You going over there now, are you? You've had enough. You don't want to be YouTube famous. Fuck you then.
No, I didn't take it as an insult, darling. I didn't take it as an insult. He doesn't eat that much. He's easy to feed. As long as he's got a packet of biscuits.
I'm fussy about what I eat.
Yeah.
And since I've given up the weed, I probably eat half as much as I used to. She always tries to get the meat from a good butcher's, Jimmy. And that, I'm going to tell him the story. We drive all the way up to Cumbria. And usually both Sundays while we're there, we go to a car boot sale local.
It's a secret. You're not supposed to advertise this fact.
And she knows the butcher that has his van there because she used to do his books. Now, she buys bulk, what is it, Cumberland sausage? Cumberland sausage, isn't it?
Cumberland sausage.
She buys loads and loads of this to bring back. We freeze it in the cottage because the landlady put a freezer in there for us. And the bloke actually comes from fucking Wolverhampton and he makes them here and takes them up there to sell.
He doesn't make them. He doesn't make them. They're made in Penn, which is not far from Wolverhampton. I don't know whether it's Gills that actually make them because they're quite a big meat. I love Gill sausages. So it wouldn't surprise me if it's Gill that make them. And then he ships them. But they make them for him to his Cumberland recipe, which is a genuine Cumberland recipe. And you can't get sausages like them. The one year we went up and he wasn't there. And so I had to find an alternate source. So I went to the butchers in Cockermouth. I love saying Cockermouth because everybody goes, ha ha ha, Cockermouth. Paid
That's not
twice the
what I call it.
price for their sausage, and it was nowhere near as nice. But
with that regular, I don't think she's put the rent up for the cottage since we've been going there, really, has she?
not for me, no.
No.
It's where I come unstuck, because even when I asked for Donna, how much the cottage was, she still told me the mate's rate.
Yeah. Oh, she's brilliant like that. We're valued customers. Besides that, she knows we're a good laugh.
But we go back, and there's we're the sort of people that she wants to encourage, because we're going to send other people there if they want to go. Yeah, you meat from a butcher's is much better than a supermarket. Problem I've got is, because of where we live, the butchers charge the earth.
Yeah, Jimmy, it is. I mean, she got used to us within the first couple of days, the first year we ever went up there. And it's not like a business with her between us now. She's more like a friend, you know. I mean, we could get away with anything. We don't take the piss, but
Well, the fact that my dad grew up round there.
Well, the only reason she put in the better Wi-Fi is so I could live stream from up there, do my videos. But I mean, she'll be pleased this year because we won't be sat outside smoking all the time. So, yeah,
But she never moaned about that.
No,
she puts ashtrays there for people that smoke. No. She knows we never smoked in her cottage. That's all she cares about.
As long as you don't know what else we used to do in there. But the thing is, we always have the 2-bedroom one. Like last year, an old friend of mine from the bike club years ago and his missus came for a night. They came over from Newcastle and they stayed overnight so they could have a drink with us in an evening and a meal. This year, they're actually camping up there the first weekend that we're up there. They're at a bike rally. So we're going to go and visit them and down on the field, the rally field. And a lot of the bike club are going to be there, so I can catch up with a lot of old mates, meeting a lot of new members. So we usually meet up with somebody up there or find somebody that we know. But it's amazing. I mean, even the first year, wasn't it? The amount of people that stop and chat when you're fishing along there, when you're on the prom. You know, oh, can you show the kids how you do this? And yeah, we're happy to help them, show them. They want to look at the fish when we do catch them. Mine's saying 9 in now. Don't know what you got.
9.
Yeah, it's a 4-hour drive up to there. From here. I usually do it in one with a couple of piss breaks. And it can be quite boring, the first part of it, because it's all motorway. But then you start getting up into the lakes and up through Shap and up through the valley and what have you. You know, and the scenery is really nice. And the time that we leave in the morning, we normally just get to around the Lake District area just as the sun's coming up. So you get all the shadows coming across the hills and the mountains and the valleys. And But I mean, yeah, you drove back once, didn't you? When I wasn't very well,
Yeah.
because I slept most of the way back. I'd done me back in. She'll have to be careful of that this year with the casting and that, especially with the bait digging.
Well, you'll just have to buy the bait, won't you?
Well, I'll get the frozen bait anyway, but I will go down and dig a few worms. I want to see if I can get some razor shells up this year as well. But I ain't going picking crab and that. It's too much hard work, that is, for me. And it's dangerous climbing around on the rocks. No, I ain't going to buy them. They're too bloody expensive. Pound of fucking crab. It's ridiculous. But it's what is it? About a 4-hour drive, isn't it? We normally take.
Yeah, we set off, what is it, normally by 4:30.
Yeah.
And we get there between 9 and 10, depending on how many toilet breaks we've had or how many times we've stopped to find that the toilets aren't opened yet. Oh, that one year. Yeah, there's toilets at Allenby. No, they're locked. Oh, Vera, let me in.
Yeah, but she's happy to let you use her toilet if we need it.
Oh, God, yeah.
And where we fish, you got the toilets at the beach there as well. And even if they're locked, you got the keys. So, you know, if desperate, you can go to the lifeboat house if they're there. I'm all right. I just fuck off over there back in the bushes, but it's comfortable because literally we don't even have to walk away from the car. We can fish right in front of the car. You can sit in the car and watch your rods if you want to. Good evening, Paulette. Took me all day to cut the lawn. Yeah, it takes me a while, and ours is only a small one. Anyway, I'm taking over here. Carry on.
I had noticed. It's all right. I don't mind because I've just sent some info over to Missy. Let me know you got it. But she's by August, she will have another cottage available for those of you with bigger families. I think it will sleep 8. They're converting one of the barns, and they're doing it. Are they doing it the reverse? I think they're doing reverse.
Yeah, the living quarters are going to be upstairs, so it overlooks the beach.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful, beautiful view. As long as there aren't too many caravans.
You got the sunset coming in the evenings, and well, actually, let me find it because I can't. Oh well, no, I can actually show where.
Yeah, it's downstairs bedrooms.
Where are we?
I'm just looking for the photo of the view from upstairs.
Yeah, well, what I was going to show was that one. You put that one up.
But yes, it's Old Kiln Farm at Allenby.
If you put that picture up, babe.
Yeah.
Right there, where I'm moving the cursor now, that's going to be the large cottage with another level on top. So you'll be overlooking the beach down here. It'll be up high enough to see across this field and see the beach, where the ones that we use are on the side. I can make it bigger. It's going to be there.
Must have been a personal post from Vera. Let's see.
But she has got if anybody's into the camping, they've got a small campsite by the side, and there's the pods in there as well you can rent. Yeah, Stuart is. It's hard to join in some of these conversations. You know, some people prefer a more lively stream, but get a shoey and fiddle up the bushes. Oh, she has got one of these little bottle things. Yeah, the thing is up there, Jim, is if you've got a van or an estate car, most of the laybys along that road and even the car parks there, you can stop overnight in them. And most of them are free as well. But they are clamping down on camper vans now, law-wise, in Scotland and Wales in particular. There's people getting fined even if they've stopped just for a break, and they get their chairs out and spread them out in a lay-by or something. They deem that you're stopping there. It's not a pull-in, and they're fining people and all sorts of silly shit. Plus, they're on about bringing in laws where you've got to get the camper certified. It'll have to come up to a certain standard.
That's the view. That's the view from the lounge.
Or will be. Is that Dub Mill Point there?
Yeah.
I thought it was further away than that. But never mind.
It's zoomed in. She's gone round towards Criffle to get Criffle in the shot.
But that is the other nice thing, is that is supposed to be the best fishing mark up there. All I've managed to do is lose gear in there, but that's where you get your bass. But there's literally, it's 6 mile up that way to Silloth, and then it's 2 mile the other side to Allenby, and then it's 6 mile to Maryport, and that beach goes along the whole length of it.
You do have to put up with sheep.
Yeah, but I was out there helping when they were clipping them and that.
Oh yeah, when they were giving them a clean.
You don't want to do it like that. This is how we do it.
I've managed to close Facebook now.
Yeah, it can be expensive, but with the amount of gear I've got, I mean, I make my own leads as well. The most expensive part now is the bait, frozen bait. I do my own rod repairs. I did have to buy another reel. Was it last year or the year before? Because I had a cheap one that fell apart on me. But Heather's got her own gear. I asked her one year what she wanted for Christmas. She wanted a new rod and a reel, so that's what I bought her.
No, he said, I know what I'm buying you for Christmas. I'm buying you a rod and a reel. And I went, thank you.
This year I've got to teach you how to bait up, and take them down on the beach and barbecue, and we will. You can have fires on the beach down there as well. Plenty of people do it with barbecues and things. But I just like walking along it because at high tide, everything gets washed up onto the stones and new stones that you get some weird pebbles and that, fossils. And I just walk along there and look through the the tide line. And you'd be amazed what you find. Yeah, they probably would miss a few because they haven't got that many. I did think the turkeys had gone missing last year, but then I heard them in the shed.
I'll try again later, Missy. I sent it through Messenger, but I'll try again later. I look like an idiot sitting there going,
Well, it's hard to concentrate on it when you're doing stuff like that on the side. Even I have issues with that multitasking. London has not fallen. Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, I also know that Missy isn't Missy. So I'm wondering whether I've sent it to the right person. So
I'll show you which one it is if you're confused later.
I'm pretty damn certain I sent it to the right person. But
yeah,
that's why I said I'll do it later because I know you can check.
Yeah.
The one year we were up there, we won. It was they actually took some to slaughter, and I'm going if he does it again this year, I'm going to ask him where I can buy it because I want to try some of his meat.
As long as they don't sell you a fucking old one.
Do you think Vera will let me have some of Joe's meat?
Yeah, as long as I don't get a whole one.
The best time to buy lamb is Easter and Christmas. And then stick it in the freezer. Because they bring it down to half price. And they always get too much in. So, it's half price, and then you'll probably get it reduced. So, instead of paying a tenner, you end up paying £2.50. No brainer.
Yeah, I don't like the shepherd's pie version, though, when, the trousers and the wellies, they get stuck in your teeth. It's just a top up with mine, wee one.
No,
sorry, bringing the level.
Joe and Vera are a lovely couple, but they're taking a step back now, and their son is taking over. But no, it's easy to get to. Straight up the M6 till you get to the Penrith turn left. Keep going till you hit the sea and then turn right. Well, it is near enough, isn't it? Because you come into Mary.
It's the same as everywhere. There are areas that you want to keep away from if you go near civilization up there. But Workington can be, Maryport can be fucking bad enough, but Workington and down there,
you don't want to go Whitehaven. Oh, excuse me.
So I'm just scanning Facebook, see if there's any interesting stories on there. But my feed's going to show different stuff because I follow the racing and shit on there as well. Well, amongst other weird stuff.
No, you get a view. You get a view. You get a view of the sea as you sort of come over the crest of the hill, and then you come down into the top end of Maryport, and you can't go any further. There's a set of traffic lights, and you either go left or right. If you do go straight on, it's houses at the top of the cliff, so you can see it. But
all right, and Missy, you take care, sweetheart.
Okay, Missy. I'll try again with the link for the cottage.
It's a long way to go, but
Yeah.
I always think it's worth it when you get there. Yeah, you got to do a bit of driving if you want to do a big shop. Well, I'd say a bit of driving, not really. It's only Maryport, isn't it?
Problem
5,
is,
6
if you
miles.
don't drive, you've got to get up to Carlisle, and then you can get the train down to Maryport, and then the bus back to the cottage. And I don't know whether the bus is still running.
Yeah,
I know
I
there's
don't
only
drink.
one taxi runs out of Silloth.
Yeah, it's not the sort of place you want to go if you haven't got a motor or your own
No.
transport. It is a bit isolated. I mean, the nearest small shop, I suppose, is Allenby, and that's a mile and a half down the road. You know, they will deliver takeaways.
And your shopping can be delivered because the Asdas and Tesco's and things up there do deliveries.
Mm.
So, but if you've got a car, it's an hour into Keswick. It's an hour down into the top end of the lakes. Some beautiful sites at the top end, which Tarn House is absolutely beautiful. And it's not commercial like Windermere and Ullswater, and it's different. It's quiet. It's peaceful. But you can walk all along the beach. In fact, I'm going to share my screen. I never even thought about it.
What?
That's the bay.
Oh, that's from back 21, isn't it?
That's back 21. The cottages are up in here somewhere. Up in here somewhere. That's Allenby. Those houses. That's my screen.
Well, the first time we went up there, we stayed inland, didn't we, in another place?
Yeah, Gill
It
Cruise.
was our drive to there.
It wasn't. It just seemed like an hour because of the road works.
Yeah, with the road work, every time you went there and came back, you had to go by a different bloody route because all the fucking roads were shut off.
Well, it was only one road they were working on, but it was the main road from Carlisle to Cockermouth, and it was the main. We would drive to it and then across it, and if we drove to a section that was closed, we had to do a detour, and then we had the issue with the flooding. Boy,
Yeah.
did it rain that year!
Well, we thought we was going to have to move out of the bloody flat thing, wasn't it? Because the brook, the beck was
Well
getting
done,
higher and higher and higher.
well done. It's not a brook; it's a beck.
Yeah, I corrected myself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice old street. What is that? Sorry, I'm multitasking.
You can't multitask.
Well, I'm trying. Very trying.
Oh my life.
What are you looking at?
Well, I've just noticed up there I've got some shit in my recycle bin.
Oh, think yourself
Somebody's
lucky I
poo.
can't find mine.
Oh, blank
I was looking for it the other
P46.
day, trying to find their pictures. Why do they keep putting porn stars in my fucking Facebook feed? And they're not even young porn stars. Oh, sorry, yawn now.
Oh,
What?
don't yawn.
Well, I haven't had a kip today, have I?
I was going to say it's only 8 o'clock. It's not bedtime yet.
Oh, it's only an hour off for me, isn't it? Hmm. Boom, boom. I thought you'd pick some subjects you wanted to talk about anyway.
Yeah, but I've got you now.
Don't rely on me, I'm boring.
I know. No. I was going to sort some.
So this is what I mean about you. It can be hard work keeping a stream going, you know. Old ugly people like to perv too. Yeah, but these are porn stars that I can remember from me youth. God knows what they must look like now. They never looked that old in the magazines. And that was all we had back then. You had to do your
Yeah,
business stationery.
I don't know how he does it, Jimmy. He manages to get all these porn stars. I don't, and then he moans when I get men on mine. I just get dancing cowboys. I don't get porn stars.
Yeah, but it's what they're dressed in, isn't it?
Jeans and a hat.
They didn't look like John Wayne.
We once just said if they were old when you were a kid, they're probably dead now.
I don't know where they dig them up from. Pun not intended there. Yeah, she gets pajama man.
Only because I liked it and shared it. If you share things, they come back again.
Well, I have noticed that it doesn't matter whether you got your gear turned off or whatever, but if you mention something, you know, they pick it up and all of a sudden you'll get it up in your feed.
You might, I don't.
No, we were talking about something the other night, just me and you in here when I was on the internet. And all of a sudden, things from that area started popping up. Like I mentioned, Ellen's Pub.
You should be lucky.
Ellen's Pub in Sligo. And then all of a sudden, I get a recommendation for Ellen's Pub Group.
Yes,
that's
but
the
I
only
didn't.
time I've ever mentioned it.
I didn't.
No, I did.
And my phone was there if it was going to pick up. But you've got people.
And we haven't got Alexa.
You've got the family over there that are friends on Facebook. They're not on my Facebook. So
yeah, it's weird.
I get suggestions for things that are just down the road from Simon Sharp, whoever he is.
That's God bless. God bless the UK. There you go. There's one of the porn ones. Nina Hartley. You know. Mind you, she don't look bad for her age if she's still alive, I suppose.
Just go away and look at your porn stars quietly. We don't want to look.
Well, there's no point. They've all got bloody clothes on here, haven't they?
I'll get Fane Rivers up again.
Yes, her daughters took over from her wee one, apparently. I saw a story about that the other day. Not on a porn site, by the way. It was somebody had posted it that was out Spain or wherever she is on holiday, and said, "Oh, Sticky Vicky died, and her daughters took over the show."
Go on.
So whatever they were doing,
Tell us the story that goes with that shot.
oh, that's down in Wales.
That's come today.
Yeah, that's where I got me bloody bait stuck up in them fucking rocks up there, wasn't it? Fishing in the middle of a fucking storm at night with no lights.
I left him to go back to the cottage we were staying at to use the toilet and get all my evening gear on because we were heading in tonight fishing, and
And it
so I
was
needed
wet.
to be well wrapped
Very
up.
wet.
And I came back and he was packing up, and I'm like, what on earth's gone wrong? And over, I don't know whether you can see my little pointer, just in this area here is a cave. And he'd managed to cast out, get it wrong, and his bait was hooked up here somewhere. So the next day, being the good fisherman that he is, he's climbing all the way around here to try and get to it, because he had to go back and see if he could rescue it.
Well, it was more because there's a footpath up there, and I hate leaving hooks and weights
And you
with
didn't know
wires
where it
sticking
was
out.
at that time, did you? So,
No, because it was dark. I didn't even know it was up there until I went to reel in. I thought, what the fuck's it doing up there? Yeah, that was a rough old night though, wasn't it? A bloody storm come in, and it wasn't very nice. Yeah, it was a bit dangerous. Jimmy's climbing around up there, especially with my issues and that. They don't waste, don't tan in Wales, they rust.
they do.
It's not the bait we won. I don't like leaving hooks and the metalwork and that about, especially with birds. You know, you leave a meter a line up there with a hook on the end of it and a 6 ounce weight. You can imagine what that does to any wildlife that picks it up and gets the hook stuck in them. I'm quite conscious and that sort of thing when I'm fishing. I always have been, and I hate going somewhere to fish. And when you get there, you spend the first hour picking up bits of bloody plastic and that where other fishermen have just left their bait wrappers lying about and hooks. I always walk along the prom, pick up any line that's been left, put that in the bin. You know, and they blame fishermen for making a mess. Well, yeah, but there are some of us that do clean up. Yeah, that's why I didn't go any further up there trying to get it all back. I just didn't want to fall, especially down there, because you've got no phone signal or nothing. Although there are houses down there, but it's never worth the risk of your life. We had that down there one year, didn't we, with that stupid woman trying to get that fucking glass ball back
Oh,
that
yeah.
her son was using, walking out into a rip tide, trying to find it. I'm like, no, I've got to get her out of there. Don't let her do that. Yeah, it is steep.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, this was a lovely little stream, Beck, by the side of where we were staying. No, where did it go? There we go. That was the beck. There was a bit of water coming down there after. It was horrendous.
Oh, bloody hell, I've got
Oh,
to use spell check. And it
oh.
don't come up. Okay. Let's try a different version. Nope. Right, well, what I was trying to type, Jimmy's, was some anglers are irresponsible. Yeah, it's normally a trickle in the bottom wee one.
Yeah.
But I did
Well,
rescue a bird, didn't I, that had flown into the
I was
window and
just
knocked
I was
itself dead
just
through.
about to do
Oh, you got a picture of it, haven't you?
that. That was Bass Lake. It had grown. This end, it should be fields. It was totally flooded all over the.
The only lake in the Lake District.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, see, I'm learning.
No, I don't want all images. There we go. Little birdie flew into the window. Was a little bit dazed and confused.
It was even more so when it saw me.
So he picks it up and he starts waving it about, going, "Come on, fly away." No, have your picture taken. Oh, the stolen van.
Yeah, he sat there for quite a while, didn't he?
He
Or
did.
she.
That's up at Maryport.
That's how much I care about animals, see. That's why I always said when I used to talk about it on mine, um, yeah, I did have a few conflicts with myself because obviously working on a farm, there was times when you had to dispatch animals for various reasons. And being an animal lover, it was hard to do, but in that sort of work, it's a necessity. Sometimes you have to do it. And it was a bit of a job, sort of separating the love for animals and having to do that. The
What's this,
worst one
love?
is skinning the orphaned lambs, putting the skins on them. That's where you sat
That's
the first time I ever took you fishing, wasn't it? Right on the end of there in a force 4 fucking gale till 2 o'clock in the morning. Right out on the point.
oh yes.
Yeah, Maryport. And that was where you
Was
caught
it?
your first ever fish.
It was. It was out there.
5 hours you had to wait for that. That was your introduction to it, wasn't it? Well, there's not
There's a
even any.
better one of the bay.
I got loads of them on that external hard drive because I've got all the videos of the drives up and the drives back. And
And it's just so deserted, so peaceful.
Jimmy's, you'd be surprised. It was I didn't know whether she'd take to fishing. I'd sold just about all my gear by then because I hadn't been for a few years. And I said, well, what about we'll get some cheap rods and just have a bit of a bash one day, see how you get on with it. And by the time we'd gone back the next year, we'd got a lot better stuff and a lot more stuff. And she loves it. She actually really enjoys it. And the other thing
But
is, it gets us out in the fresh air.
this is the sort of guy he is, because he loves me so much. I'll get cocktails on the beach.
Oh yeah, there is a photo somewhere of when I took you there for a meal, wasn't there, with the fish and chips and the paper
I'm
plates.
just looking for that one.
Ever the
I'm just
romantic.
looking for that one because I thought it was with it, but I thought it was there with it, but
But parked up in that lay-by, you used to put the top down of the car and just sit back, even at night, and just sit there and watch the sea, watch the sun go down, look at the stars. I mean, we sat down there all day and all evening one day, didn't we?
you mean like that?
Yeah,
Now
the
that's a
hairdresser
Ford
mobile.
Focus.
The hairdresser mobile. You can get proper fishing kayaks now, Jimmy. It's a big thing that's come over from America in the last few years. She is handy with a gun, wee one. But this is why we both started looking at things like this, because with her slight disability and mine now, there's very little we can go out and do together in that sort of way. Neither of us can walk very far. Otherwise we'd have loved walking around the lakes and things like that. I used to like me mountain biking. She did come up once, and I wasn't riding at the time, so I was recovering from an operation. But we even struggled to walk up to the hill to watch the lads riding down. So we try and find things that we can actually do as a couple. And luckily enough, the two main things we picked, she enjoys to the point where she's got better air rifle than me with her best one. And she knows how to use it. So it just means by the time she's got it out the box, I've got to try and get at least 100 yards up the road. But she would still hit me at that distance, even if I'm moving.
I seem to have lost the dinner at the beach.
I've got it on the hard drive somewhere. So I tries not to clutter this computer up too much. I know it's got the memory in it, but it's just easier to put them on the external hard drives. There's bloody hundreds of videos on there. Yeah, I do wee one, believe me. Oh, she'll take a matchbox out at 100 yards quite easily. I thought I heard something upstairs then. It's you, isn't it?
It's me shuffling on my chair.
Yeah, I keep forgetting you're literally right above me. Oh, Carolyn Monroe.
I know this much I'm cooking.
It is warm. It is warm, and it's supposed to be a real nice weekend, to be honest. They've been for apparently we had a heat wave last month, but I don't remember it. But no, they're saying some places it could be up to 25 this weekend, but they've said that about every weekend so far. So, but I don't think it was the warmest April on record. Far from it. Yes, Holly, it is more humid than hot. Had to take the frock and the thong. Yeah, they chafe a bit, don't they, mate? Oh dear, oh dear. Not much on there.
There you go. Total silence. No banter. No nothing.
What's your channel?
I know. I'm looking for picture. I was looking for a picture and I cannot find it.
No, it's a brand new one, Holly. Now and again, I do get a bad throat from the scarring in it from the fire that time. And
Oh, and Holly, this part is black and this part is black, so you can't see the colour of the juice through it anyway. It is actually a black container. I've got a pink one and a black one and a blue one.
I see that's in soundproof room. Yeah, I wore the other one. The other one was disposable anyway, Holly. But at least this one, at the moment, I can try different things in it, whereas the other one wasn't refillable. So, but it's the same as when I was smoking. I'll have a puff and then I'll put it down for a while. Whereas I used to just leave the fags in the ashtray. Oh, you having another reunion, are you, Stuart?
He tends not to put it down if he's not careful.
Mm. Well, during the day, I don't use it that much.
No.
Too busy eating. Oh, gone up to 13 watching. Look. But I do feel better for it. I'm not coughing as much. I mean, that's what, over 3 weeks now that either of us haven't had a cig. Yeah, the smoking, Ollie, it affected me in a different way. It didn't help with my blood. Obviously, I won't know how this is affecting me until I get tested again this month. So I got another round of treatment this month. Got to have some more of me.
It's only
Life juice taken out of me.
As I said last week, it's only a short-term thing. We've got a couple of bottles of nicotine, and then
then I shall drop to the one without nicotine, and then drop it altogether. Again, it's when you're sat in front of the computer most of the time, it's something to do with your hands other than play with the mouse if you're watching a video. And that's a scattered UK and abroad. Yeah, that was the trouble with me and the bike club, Stuart. I mean, the president and the vice president. The president lives up in Newcastle now, where he come from the same hometown as me originally. The vice president, he travels all over the place, including the continent. We got lads down in Gloucester. We got a load down in Cornwall. And they're all over the place. And it's a real job to get them all together. And there's a lot of new members now. So that's why I'm looking forward to meeting up with them at the end of next month. You know, I can meet the new members because I was one of the original founding members, as it were, of the club. I was in on the original mob. So it'd be nice to catch up with them. A lot of them are ex-forces as well. The president himself, he was in the engineers.
Just seen your question there. We one about what kind of music. I went regularly to a blues jam, so there was an awful lot of blues songs. But along with blues came rhythm and blues and rock and blues. So, and in the band we did all sorts, including more middle of the road things. So we did Amy Winehouse, Duffy.
Was that your
Elton
phone?
John. What?
Was that your phone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I used to do a bit of rock and roll and medleys, and
Yes.
she even got me up dancing one night.
Yeah.
Was it the bass guitarist, Mrs. Wasn't it? If I remember
It
rightly.
was.
Yeah.
He was running as a councillor last time I saw him. I don't know whether he's going into politics.
Oh, I played the drums a little bit years ago when we used to have bands in the pub. I knew a lot of them. I used to get up and do the odd one with them. They did have me trying to sing one night doing Pink Floyd. That was funny as fuck. Because apparently I sounded better than the front man.
Oh, I got you saying that. My mom took my brother, his wife, and myself over to Guernsey. Her and Dad had promised they'd go over for the 50th wedding anniversary. And unfortunately, Dad was no longer with us. So we went over to do it with her. And the hotel that my brother had booked us into, we turned up. And it was Battle of the Bands. And we thought, what the hell are we doing here? But it was a lovely little hotel. But attached at the side was a little club. They had bands on and things. And while we were there, they had this one band performing. And I got talking to the vocalist while they were on a break. And he said, yeah, why don't you get up and do a number with us? And I said, Johnny Be Good. No, was it Johnny? No. I forget. The memory's crap. It wasn't Johnny Be Good. It'll come to me. And he said, yeah, we do that. Jumping Jack Flash. That was it. Yeah, we do that. Yeah, you can do that. That's in the second half. That's not an issue. I'll give you a shout. He didn't tell me it was the first number back after the break. So I've gone round to the hotel to tell my brother and his wife and my mother that I'm about to do a guest spot. When I hear that he's announcing me on the way back, that he's got a guest. So I'm running. I don't run. So I get there, I'm out of breath, I'm all straight into this number. It went down well because it was all a bit impromptu, but it went down well. And at the end of it, the band turned round and said, sorry guys, but after tonight, looks like we've got a new vocalist. And I went, getting near to for rehearsals is going to be a bit of a bugger from Birmingham.
Well, you used to run open mic nights, didn't you, in Lichfield?
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's amazing the sort of people that turned up to them as well. One of the drummers that came on a regular basis, was Dexys Midnight Runners just before they made it famous. Just before Come On Eileen, but I can't remember his name. The Kevin, no, the lead singer anyway. Had a thing about drummers. He kept sagging drummers. If you watch the video for Come On Eileen, he starts off with the drummer in the doorway, and part way through the recording, the drummer disappears. He'd sacked him mid-video. I had a keyboard player turn up, and he accompanied me on a song. I forget which track, because I did so many. And he had literally just come back from recording Angels with Robbie Williams. Saxophonist that used to come and accompany me on a regular basis. At Wizard. We had all sorts of people turn up because one of the bassists that ran it over at Lichfield was a professional photographer. So he photographed an awful lot of big names in rock. Quite often when you see photographs up, he's always moaning that they've nicked his picture, and he's got no money for it. But no, I didn't meet Kevin Rowland. I met one of his drummers. I don't know as I'd want to meet Kevin Rowland, to be honest. I was told he was a bit of a... but yeah, all sorts of people. Bassist out of the Darkness. I'm useless with names. But we had all sorts of people turn up purely because they knew Tony. So if they were in the area, they'd call in to see Tony. So...
Well, the ones we used to get in the Vic bars down in Newquay, the rock pub I worked in down there. I mean, we had, what's his face? Brian May got up and played one night with the house crew. We had Lou Reed was down there on holiday. He got up and did a couple of numbers. We had a regular who used to gig down there called Al Hodge. Now, if anybody of you lot can remember Mike and the Mechanics, well, Al Hodge, the Mechanics were his original band. It used to be Al Hodge and the Mechanics. He wrote numbers for Chris Rea and people like that. But he come from Newquay and he used to do his own show, and he used to come down on open mic nights and do a quick set.
That was the sax player's name. Mike Burney played with the Beach Boys, Sammy Davis Jr. and Bob Hope, as well as Wizard. So I just Googled him. But he was Warsaw.
Oh.
And the brain's forgotten where I was going after that. Never mind.
Oh, spell check saying you can't do that. Okay.
Well, you could, but it's spelt wrong.
No, I just Jimmy's was going on about the bands and that. When I was at the Reading Festival doing security, I was right in front of the stage on it. And I spent nearly 2 hours with me back to the crowd just staring at Lita Ford. But you there again, you got to remember that is back in the 80s. Oh, she's not a bad looking woman now, but in Lycra and a boob tube and stuff. She looked absolutely amazing back then. But that was the same year. Who else was there that year? Status Quo, Alice Cooper. That was the Nightmare Tour or the Return of the Nightmare. There was a lot of big names on that year. It was just after they moved it up to the town by the river. So it was the first year that somebody drowned in the fucking river trying to swim across. Well, I'll tell you what, we were funny enough. Now, I don't go a lot on modern bands, but I did like some of the stuff done by Within Temptation. If anybody don't know who they are, they're a goth band. But the lead singer is absolutely got an amazing voice. What's her name? Something Den Adele. And Heather asked me if I wanted tickets to go and see them at the NEC. Can you imagine me stood in the middle of all these goths at the NEC?
Why not?
No. To be honest, I got a couple of their albums on disc, and there's only about 4 tracks on there that I really liked. Yeah, Lita Ford. I mean, she still plays now, Wee One. Obviously, she was part of the Runaways as well back in the day with Joan Jett and what's her name, Sherry Curry, when she was young. And she has played with Heart as well.
I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get laid. I got in a fight. It ain't no big thing.
She's a guitarist, vocalist, Stuart. Very nice figure, long blonde hair, nice set of boobs. You just Googled it. Yeah, she's not a bad looking woman, is she, Jimmy's? And she's quite handy with the old strings as well. But if you go back and look at her when she was young, when she played with the Runaways, well, mind you, they were all good looking then, weren't they? Sherry Curry, Joan Jett even looked good back then.
But you couldn't make it if you weren't a skinny size 10.
No.
You could not. You couldn't make it. You could be an ugly fella.
I mean, I actually went out with Chrissy Johnson from girls' school. Me and my mate were on tour with Motorhead, roadieing from, and I didn't actually fancy her. I fancied Denise from the group, but yeah, me and Chrissy got together for a few weeks. She's dead now. She had the neck tumor, cancer in the throat and the neck and the spine, and I didn't even know she'd died. Again, I'm going back to the sort of 80s. But we used to meet a lot of the stars back then. We were regulars at Queen Studio down in Monmouth, where a lot of the rock bands, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, and bands like that, done a lot of their recording. So we used to meet them down there at the bar in the hotel across the road from the studios. Yeah, but when you look at the state of some of them now, I mean, how the hell does Madonna get the best looking woman in the world? I mean, she's like Cher. Most of her is plastic or belong to somebody else. She's a bit like the Katie Price in the day. But there was a lot of good female artists back then. I mean, one of the most amazing voices I ever heard was, what's her bloody surname? From Heart, Anne. I can't remember her surname now. not Robinson. Her sister plays in the band as well. I mean, she's got an amazing voice, and she still has. We Were Madonna as a mutt. Yeah, I'd go a bit further than that. Oh, the last picture I saw of her yesterday, she looked like a fucking alien. Ann
You
Wilson.
mean
That's it.
Ann Wilson?
Yeah, thank you, wee one. Because her and her sister fell out over the way her sister was treating the kids or something. They've only just got back together. And they still play together, still sing together. Jimmy says, who's your favourite female artist, sweetheart?
I don't know. Is my mic still working? As I said Ann Wilson and you said thank you, wee one.
Yeah, wee one put it in the chat at the same time.
Yeah, I know.
See, I told you it was a mistake having me up on the panel.
Who's my favourite female artist? It depends. But I don't have a favourite anything. I have favourites.
Come on, you've got a favourite man. Well, you tell me I am.
Yeah, depends. Depends what mood I'm in. If I'm looking at who's my favourite female artist for a song I would like to sing, I think it's got to be Etta James. I quite like her songs, and they suit me for singing. Yeah, that's not a female artist, I can assure you, Jimmy. No. For just general listening to, don't know who I'd go to as a favourite. I love Heart. And yes, Ann Wilson's voice is fantastic. But then again, Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, Lita Ford, they've all got fantastic voices that I could listen to over and over and over again. Nina Simone, yes, I did one of hers. I covered a Nina Simone. Trying to think of the title of it now. It was
there is quite a lag between.
It was the first words. I wish I knew how it would feel to be free. It was the theme tune to film, whatever year it was, film 84, film 95, film 90, the programme. Yeah, I love My Baby Just Cares For Me. Fantastic song. Never covered that one. Never done that one. But the songs back then were so amazing. Was it Summertime I sang for you when we first got together?
Yes. That was... Is it the Crown in Lichfield where we went through?
No. The first night we met.
Down the gate.
When I gave you a lift home because you didn't walk me home.
Yeah. You
scrounged a lift, cheeky beggar. And you did the Come On Then Sing. I think it was Summertime from Porgy and Bess that I sang for you.
Yeah.
But Etta James, Keep Your Hat On. What else did I do? Those are I performed those at Lichfield Garrick. The picture of me in the red shirt tie and hat. She's still up in the loft somewhere. I did 3 Etta James number. Can't for the love of God remember which ones.
See,
Um,
most of the time when I followed music, it was rock and punk. Other than that, it was country and western and Irish music. Mind you, there was some good-looking country and western singers back then.
the thing is, wee one, it was so long ago. It was best part of 20 years ago. It's scary. When I'm going through the pictures and looking, the Fuse Festival was 2005. See if there's a date. Properties.
I was at festivals back in the 70s and 80s. Good evening, Gary.
No, 2004. 2004 was the Fuse Festival. So it was 20 years ago.
Where are we?
2005 when I met Jimmy Cricket.
Oh, you fucking thing. Go down. Oh. I'm just trying to...
What are you trying to do?
No, someone just... Stuart put in there that he was a mod. I'm just trying to get something up. This is an old one. That was the way I used to look.
Fuck ugly.
Yeah, but look at the fucking belt buckle, man.
I wouldn't have touched that with a barge pole. Would not have touched that with a barge pole.
Everybody else had nice new tents, and I had that fucking Holdex Scout canvas thing. Oh, where are we? What else we got on here?
Product placement.
Oh, there's that's not going to come out very well because I've had to blow the picture up quite a bit. And this was the original committee of the bike club, and I was the only one that was a civvy. That's me on the your right there. And yes, Stuart, before Stuart starts picking the bits out of me, mate, with the braids on there, that was at his wedding, and then braids actually came down from his mother's curtain to dress his uniform up for the wedding.
And I am right, aren't I? You're leaning on Crazy's shoulder.
Yes. Yeah, that's Crazy, Jono and Skid. That was the original 4 of the committee.
Well, I haven't met the other 2. I've only met Crazy.
Yeah, Jono, the one in uniform now, he lives out in Germany. You've probably seen him on my Facebook, Jono Johnson.
No.
That was the one his father had the pub in Coventry, Bedworth. Furnace Inn. But this one, well, this one actually is quite embarrassing because it shows the weight I used to carry.
Oh, can you not either share and talk about it for a second?
Okay. Well, that was down
I
in
need to
Newquay,
disappear for a minute.
again with one of my loud shirts. And that was on, I think that was my 40th birthday, if I remember rightly. And the NCC, the National Chopper Club, sent that guy over to buy me a beer. That was when I was a doorman. I had a bit of weight on me then. A lot of it was muscle, but as you can see, I was a bit of a chub. That was in our local hostelry, Skinner's. My mate owned the pub and he actually owned Skinner's Brewery, which it's still going, but it's been sold now. Steve gave it up. He was an old surfing buddy of mine. Look at the state of my fucking eyes. Mind you, Hank's are worse. And yes, that is what you think it is in my hand there with the whiskey glass, the Jack Daniels. That was after we'd locked the doors, and obviously you could smoke in a pub back then, but we were smoking all sorts of stuff.
Jack and Coke.
Gary Lefty. Roger with straight rolling barrels. Yep. Now, I'll tell you what, wee one, I've got photos of me. How young can I go on there? Oh, there's that one. This is a bind having to fucking click them over like this each time.
Well, it's not your bloody stream.
Kid in a lid. And yes, that was an Ann Summers t-shirt. That was my lad. I'm seeing him now for well over 40 years. I keep forgetting I'll click it off there and it doesn't disappear. There's one of my favourite ladies that most people won't know about. Boom, 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 boom. I'll take the name out of the top. So, guess, has anybody got any idea who that is? This could be a laugh. Oh, Stitch is in there as well, is he? Good evening, Steve. That is actually Anne Margaret.
One of his dream girls.
That is the
Heather.
only woman. The only woman that partnered Elvis, but never ever spilt the beans on their relationship. And that was another bike out of her collection. She used to have a big collection of her own bikes.
You know, you told me not to let Holly take over.
Well, I'm sorry. You let me up, didn't you? Fool. Well, you can have Holly up if you want, if she's there, if she's finished tea. I'm just going through some of the pictures I've got here. So most of mine are on the external hard drives. And I ain't going to go through all the hassle of plugging they in. But that's just a few from my past. She was wee one. She was absolutely gorgeous. Good dancer as well and singer. Honor Blackman. Yeah, she does look a bit like her. Yeah, Priscilla was the biggest mistake he ever made, Gary. Well, his biggest mistake was his love for burgers at the end of the day, wasn't it? And fame. Was it Wonder Woman? There's been several of them, haven't there? What's her name? Eartha Kitt. Or was that Batgirl?
I'm just
I
an
can't remember now.
old-fashioned girl.
You are?
Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt,
I'm
yeah.
just an old-fashioned girl.
Yeah, she had a real gravelly voice, didn't she?
Yeah.
Schmitten, sex kitten. But that's what I say. We come from a different age.
Do you know we're older than a Happy Meal?
Well, that's what I said in mine the other week. The day I was born, Ken was born. Barbie's Ken. He was actually released by, I think it was Mattel, on the same day as my birthday. He was introduced to the public.
That makes me younger than Ken.
Claim to fame. Yeah, Gary, but you know, I loved the way the women dressed back then. You know, cut off jeans or bell bottom jeans, a nice tight t-shirt. You know, there was none of this weird stuff hanging off of the clothes, and you didn't see a lot of makeup on them. Now Ken's got a fanny that, well, he did anyway when you looked at the doll we would. My sister used to have them all, but they never used to last long because they used to end up as air rifle targets at the bottom of the garden. Bit like me Action Men. Yeah, not being derogatory to women, they were more natural back then. You got to think as well, we were just coming out of the sort of hippie era and what have you. So obviously there was a lot of free love going around if you needed it and wanted it. Camel toes on younger women these days. I personally, these ones that have had the surgery to make their butts look big and a fucking pair of tits, that turns me off. I'd walk away from that.
Just need to eat in the right proportion to get big tits.
No, you know what I mean? The ones that, like the Kardashians and whatever their name are, that
the cardigans, yeah,
to make them have look like big butts.
I've got a big butt and big tits. I just got a big stomach to go with it.
Yours is natural, darling. You haven't had a load of silicone and shit pumped into it, have you? Tight as fuck leggings. Oh, yes.
Yeah, but I couldn't get into them, Stuart.
And
I'm
surprised.
looking at the photos and I'm like, actually, I don't know as I want to put that photo up because it's me in tight jeans and bulging hair there and everywhere.
I actually used to like the group, the Cardigans, but little Nina, the singer, she was a bit weird. And the full version of their video, Dangerous Game, is actually on the internet. The BBC banned it, Top of the Pops banned it because it depicts suicide.
Oh, has anybody seen the Irish entry for the Eurovision?
What What a fucking mess that is. It looks like a female version of James Arthur Brown. You know, when you think of like the Irish entrance years ago was Dana and Mary Hopkins and people like that, and you look at that mess now. Oh, unbelievable. That's the first time I've seen her video today when I showed it to you. I've only ever seen pictures of her. And I'm like, oh dear. Yeah, exactly, we wouldn't. It's like something you'd come across in the middle of the woods, isn't it, with a fire going round with somebody tied down on a stone in the middle. Cool, you're supposed to be answering these questions, sweetheart. It's your show.
You're taking over. I'll let you.
I'll go off and have a drink or something.
There you go. There's that Bambi Thug.
It's what an absolute fucking mess.
Goth Gremlin Goblin Witch.
Oh, watch the video, Holly. It gets worse, believe me.
It sounds worse.
Do you want me to see if I can get it up?
I can get it up. It's whether it can be heard. I haven't, because I didn't have.
Where's the... Is that the track? No, I was trying to find that, the one that we played earlier.
That one. Can you hear it?
No. Can't hear it. Oh, it started then. You could just about hear it. Have you got the volume muted or turned off on the video?
No.
Just wondering whether you'd be able to hear if it played mine. Do you want to see if mine will play with volume?
Can you not hear it?
No.
Well, I'm pointing the mic at the speaker.
No, can't hear it.
I can't hear you. Well, why would yours be audible and mine not?
But your volume's gone down now.
Sorry, hang on. I've muted everything. Say that again.
I said your mic level had dropped anyway then. I mean, look at the state of it. That's right, I've turned it off here now. Oh God, there's that porn star again.
Do you know my prediction? 0 point.
0 point. Personally, I'd ban the bitch, looking at the state of that. I mean, can you imagine that 20 years ago on the BBC? They'd have banned it.
Well, yeah. I don't even know whether she's made it through. Because they had to have. She was in the first semi-final, wasn't she?
Yeah, the Israeli one got through, but she had to change the lyrics.
Yeah, I still think that's political.
Yeah, most of it is this year. It has been for the last few years. It's ridiculous.
It's like the Ukraine winning.
Yeah, that was always going to happen. I'll tell you what, we won. I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Fucking hope not.
Just said yes, she is through. But what a mess. I couldn't believe it when I heard the music for the first time today. Oh, even if you didn't have epilepsy, Gary, that would give you a fit, honestly.
What? It's gone straight into playing the Netherlands one for me. It looks just as fucking daft.
Yeah, it used to be We Won. It used to be a family show. You know, I can remember as a kid that my mum would always have it on. And, you know, I can remember when Dana won it. You know, and then you had the entertainers here like Bucks Fizz and didn't Bobby Crush win it one year on the piano? Was it on that?
Bobby Crush?
Yeah, don't you remember Bobby Crush?
Yes, I remember Bobby Crush. Bobby Crush.
Apparently the Dutch got back, Stuart said.
Vision. Yes, I remember.
Everything has changed from the days when we used to watch and listen to stuff like that. Look, because I mentioned that porn star, that she's coming up just about every other bloody post now.
Oh, you should. I'm sure you do it deliberately.
Yeah, but you go on there and you put on there, you know, you can block certain things. So you block anything from her, and they'll start putting another one up then. One of the
Bobby
others.
Crush did a cover of Save Your Kisses for Me, but he never played in Eurovision.
No, I just thought he did for some reason. I don't know. Went down there when Terry Logan hung up his music.
Mike.
Manfred Mann, yeah. Yeah, Katrina and the Waves were sort of in and around the disco days. Bring back the old school magazines. Apparently, some of them are still out there, Gary. They still publish a lot of them.
A lot of them are online.
Yeah, I mean, we used to get Kerrang and what was the other one with Fat Slags and
Fizz.
That's it. Never used to see them in the dentist waiting room, did you?
Oh.
Oh my God, Pap. Oh. I'm not even going to describe that. Oh dear. Oh, I thought that was another porn star there. It's not. It's Amanda Holden. I don't have to bother anymore, Gary. I ain't got none left. Brotherhood of Man. Fucking hell. Every time I used to go to the dentist, the first words out of his mouth was, "How many have you got left this time?" I mean, when did I last go? Lockdown, wasn't it? When I fucked them off for making this new set of false teeth that don't fit, and left him a bad review on Google.
I don't know. Yes.
That was the one I was trying to think of. Lena Zavaroni.
Yes.
Didn't she kill herself? She got on drugs and booze or something. Yeah. I'm sure she died.
She did die, 1999.
Yeah.
I thought she was anorexic.
But there we go. We weren't
Yeah,
put
she
there.
was. Gone.
No, we weren't put up there. Amanda Oldham barely wears any clothes and that anymore. But when you see a lot of these stars now, yeah, it's all surgery, isn't it? I know she hasn't, but I can't
Lena
understand what it does.
Zavaroni was anorexic. Developed clinical depression when she was 15 and died at the age of 35 from pneumonia.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of them went that. I mean, look at Amy Winehouse, the mess she got in. I mean, the last gig she done, she couldn't even bloody stand up, let alone sing. She more or less got booed off the stage. And that was by her own fans.
I'm still looking for the song that Manfred Mann had with the Eurovision. Because it comes up with something.
I don't know, Gary. I don't know. She's not someone I sort of followed.
Yeah.
Right, I'm fed up of looking at them and that porn star. Come on, I want to block it. Show me some others. Hide post snooze, hide all from Top Star 24. Yeah, that'll do. Get rid of that. See if they recommend any different ones. I'll probably get drag queens or something coming up now. Oh, I shouldn't have mentioned it, should I? They're going to pick up on that.
Told you. You ask for it.
I know.
I can't see Manfred
Well,
Mann
you can't
in the list.
go and watch. You can't go and watch them online now because you end up having to pay, don't you?
Yeah, I know that you were talking about Brotherhood of Man, but somebody else was saying about Manfred Mann. Donna, it was you we won. Donna, Manfred Mann, Bucks Fitz, Katrina and the Wives. Or did you mean brother? I see what you mean. You put Manfred Mann when you meant, yeah. But the strange thing is they are connected in some way, I think.
Mary Hopkins, those were the days, my friend. Oh, dear. People post some weird shit on there. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm starting to feel it now. Sandy Shore, yeah. Wasn't Hugh Paula Yates's dad in the end? I don't know about that one. I've never heard that one before. Oh, pardon me. Let's refresh that and see what we get.
Yes. Huey Green was Paula Yates's dad.
Okie dokie. I remember Marty Wilde was Kim Wilde's dad.
Up until 1997, Yates believed her biological father to be Jess Yates, who hosted the program Stars on Sunday. A DNA test in that year revealed that her biological father was the game show host Huey Green. There you go.
Well, I didn't know that.
You know your gossip, wee one, I'll give you that. I've never been into celebrities and who screwed who. It's never really interested me. I know I wasn't there. I didn't watch. I wasn't involved.
Oh, I never used to watch that thing. Huey Green. What was it? This is your life, wasn't it? Was it?
What was opportunity
knots? Yeah.
I don't know. I've just closed that tab. You're a bugger to me.
No, I just seen Stuart's post. Paula was Geldof's fella. Well, they were sure she was up to something under the quilt cover with, who was it? Can't remember.
Paula Yates Affairs. Terence Trent D'Arby. Rupert Everett. Michael Hutchins. Do you want me to keep reading?
Carry on.
Pum 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 pum.
Oh, Facebook are really going after Pap, aren't they?
I don't know.
He put a post up, shared a post from the animal rescue centre that he got Daisy and Alice from.
Okay.
Facebook removed it.
Oh. Oh well.
Literally all it says, Freshfields Animal Rescue.
Tell you what, babe.
Picture of a cat and I need a home.
Tell you what, babe, just mention Bianca Censori and you'll get all sorts of pictures. She seems to stop wearing clothes.
How much is Dan's, Roger? For those that weren't in earlier on, by the way, Dan is going to be live this Sunday. At the moment. That is weird that they removed that. What the fuck?
Yes, we won. She had children called Fifi, Pixie, Tiger Lily, and Peaches. Why would you? Just why?
Yeah, we won ever since I made up that fact checker banner. I've been having some fun with that. I check the fact checkers and give them grief. But it's right what I say, though. They're saying, there's nothing to say that this is true. And then I just go back and put mine in and say, well, there's nothing to say that it isn't either. So wind your fucking necks in. Yeah, he's fine, Gary. He's fine, mate. He's trouble. He don't get a lot of rest at the moment. Obviously, looking after mum and dad. but they can't be doing too bad if he feels he can take the time to go and do a live. Some folks shouldn't be able to name their kids. Yeah, absolutely agree with you there, wee one. Absolutely. And I'm sure a lot of them do it just for the publicity. I mean, yeah, Trixie Bell, that's not a sort of name that you'd hear banded around back in our day. Peaches, occasionally, I mean, we did have a Peaches, if I remember right, when I was at school. But I'll be totally honest, you normally used, back in my day anyway, um, kids with those sort of names usually came from, well, I'll call them a minority group. Save pissing anybody off and getting slagged off for being fucking racist or something. But
Yeah, Peaches took a drug OD'd, heroin overdose. Pixie is a model and a singer. Fifi and Tiger Lily stayed away from media.
well, yeah, Jimmy's put there. Totally agree about the names bordering on child abuse. Well, it's not just the names. You look at what Madonna does with her bloody daughter. I mean, she dresses her up to the nines to look like her.
I
You know,
worked with a
can't
guy who
kids
called.
make up their own fucking minds?
I worked with a guy who they called their daughter India. I presume that was because that's where she was conceived. But I mean, why?
So why wasn't I called fucking Clapton? Because I was always told that's where I was conceived.
I hate to think what I'd have ended up being called.
Paddy's Cowfield.
Back bedroom.
Oh, what's Manfred Mann? What's another year? This is the trouble, though. It all goes quiet when you read in the chat, doesn't it? You know. Yeah, better than the back seat of a Ford Cortina.
No, it would have been Hillman Minx if it was the back seat of anything. Not Hillman Minx. Yeah, Hillman Minx.
I'd have been well buggered. The back of a Chrysler Alpine. But most of the cars I had didn't have back seats anyway. So. Why not Holly? Vauxhall Chevette. The Chevette.
No, my parents, it would have been the bedroom.
Well, I know my sister was conceived in the bedroom. I used to hear the banging of the fucking bed against the wall. But the old man always told me I was scraped off the wall, but there you go. My middle name off from bedroom. But my middle name was actually named after a saint, believe it or not.
I don't know where Dad got my name from because I should have been Susan Heather.
Well, maybe you were conceived in a heather field.
No, Mum and Dad had agreed my name would be Susan and my middle name would be Heather. And then Dad went to register me, and the two guys in the waiting room with him had both had daughters, and they were both calling it their daughter Susan. So my dad did the sensible thing and went, she's not she's not that common. So dropped the Susan, didn't put it in the middle, and got my middle name from somewhere, presumably a girlfriend. No, my dad.
How come no kids back in the 70s were named Power Cut? Oh no. Your mum was going to call me Tammy. Okay. Nah, Holly's a lot better.
Was she a Tammy Wynette fan, Holly? Could have called you Mistletoe.
Oh my god.
Hollybush is a pub. Where you on?
Holly Bush again. My middle name was after Saint Michael. Oh, apparently the Israeli entry is now fearing for her life.
Oh dear. Why? What have the Palestinians done now?
Oh, they're threatening everything, aren't they? Well, most of them aren't Palestinian at these protests. They're just youngsters that have jumped on a fucking bandwagon. Half of them don't even know what they're protesting for. They've proved that. Oh my god. Oh.
There's thousands protesting in Malmo about Israel's entry.
Oh, there will be. There will be. I mean, you've only got to look at what's going on around the world. We're the only country at the moment that's allowing them to get away with it.
Yes, but we're British.
Oh, yes.
I'm sick of hearing that.
Greta is leading the protest. Yes, sure, I see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that Greta was. Greta Thunberg accuses Israel of art washing.
She's just an
Oh.
evil little goblin. Yeah, it's all right hiding the receipts, wee one, but when all the plants that Holly buys are bigger than her. Bloody hell, it's 20 to 10.
Yeah.
Lost souls. Well, we got lots of plants out in the garden, but most of them are dead. I noticed the strawberries are coming back that we planted in the pots last year, but
Yeah,
there
I'm not
again,
going to get a chance.
we've still got the strawberries from last year's in the freezer. What do you want? What do you
It's
want?
only because I haven't made you any jam.
I know. What do you want?
It's because you haven't eaten the shop bought stuff.
Come over here.
I won't eat shop bought.
Come and say hello again. No? Don't just sit there looking at me like that. Okay. We do. Yeah, I've seen some of the adverts you've put up from Wee One. Heather's the plant person. The trouble is with the pair of us buggered like we are, I've got to have a good clear out there because it is just too much for us to manage now.
He says he doesn't want me to put them in the garden, so I put them in pots, and he then refuses to water them. So what the?
I was the only one that used to water them.
You said you were going to.
I used to do
You
them
said
when I
all
did
I'm
strawberry.
going to do is mow the lawn and water your pots. Don't put any more plants in the garden. And then you moan when the weeds come through because there's no plants in that bit.
Well, they won't this year because I've been round with the weed killer. I've only left the big ones clear. And I've got to trim that fucking tree back as well. Oh, I thought we still had Donna's hedge trimmer as well. We haven't, so we must have given them back. I looked in the shed today.
He took it the weekend.
Oh, he took it with him then, did he? That's fair enough.
Did you not take him out to the shed?
No.
Oh.
He just asked if we still had it. I said, I'm pretty sure we have. And that's why I looked today and it ain't there. So
No, he took it with him the weekend. Yes, I know he did.
That's all right then. As I say, nothing else is missing from out there. So yeah, trouble is most of them are in pots on the patio out here under the window, and it attracts a lot of flies, obviously. But I made benches to put them on. I've made wooden covers for a lot of the pots to make them look like they're in old wooden troughs and stuff. But it does. I got the whole patio to do at some point. I've got to repoint the thing. And there's weeds growing up in the joints, and I have sprayed them, but I couldn't have an allotment now, Gary. I'd like to, but I just haven't got the energy.
What would you grow in an allotment?
Well, that's the thing. Everybody, you can grow your vegetables and your spuds, but realistically, on a normal allotment plot, you might get half a dozen meals out of what you grow, and that's it. You know.
Well, you don't eat vegetables.
I eat peas and runner beans.
Carrot?
Yeah, I eat carrots.
Occasionally. Cucumber?
Yeah,
Tomatoes?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you have in your salad tonight?
Smoking shed. Yeah, that used to get grown in the greenhouse. We've got an absolutely huge allotment over the back here. It's that big that they have permanent security up there even at night. They got a big steel security fence with spikes around it, and it's absolutely huge. It's about the size of 2 football pitches.
I did some sunflowers 2 years ago now, Ollie.
Yeah, it did not end well, did it?
I put them in the ground. 2 days later, I went to see how they were doing, and they're gone. Apparently, the squirrels love them, and we've got a squirrel. What?
They get the seeds off them.
They were this big. They were this big.
Wasn't me.
But I said something to them out the ground, and my son says, "Oh yeah, the squirrels love them."
No. And the thing is, we got good soil out in that garden as well. You could grow almost anything out there.
Yeah, but you won't let me put anything in there.
No, because that's what you do, is you put them in and then walk away from the damn things. Same with the fruit. That's why they took the fruit trees down. Well, except for
The
the
fruit
hazel.
trees came down because they were more of a nuisance than anything else. I didn't want them in the garden. They were self-set by the kids throwing plum seeds into the garden, and we didn't eat them. They weren't eaters. If they were Victoria plums, it would have been different.
That's all right, Holly. Don't worry about it. I mean, that's 9:45 now, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean the link
starting.
there. If you... Sorry, darling.
I'm starting to feel a bit peckish. It's only
I'm
trouble
starting
with
to go
salad.
blind.
It's not very filling.
No, it was nice though. Well, you can call it if you want. It's 9:45. It's up to you, my darling. It's your stream, not mine.
I thought you'd taken over. Go
Well,
Greek.
yeah. Eh?
Go Greek, Gary says.
No, she's happy with Cornish, mate.
I'm hoping I'll get some fruit on my fig this year. If
Well, that
somebody...
one could be put up the garden, to be honest, if you wanted. It would get more sun up there than where it is now. I can create a space for that.
I've got lots of spaces for stuff. I was going to put fruit trees all along the bottom fence.
I don't know whether they'd grow up that top end against that fence.
Squirrel would enjoy them.
Yeah, anything we put up there doesn't seem to survive for very long, does it?
It's okay over by the curry plant and the Acer. Good night, Stuart. Don't blame you. We're calling it a night in a minute anyway, I think.
Yes, we will be there Sunday night, mate. Don't worry about that.
I had a fig tree and it fruited every year. And then my daughter was here and her dog had puppies. And I don't know whether it was the puppies or the mom, but they ate it. They killed it. So I got myself another one a few years back, and it's getting to about the right size now to start having fruit. So fingers crossed. I love figs.
I don't. Don't like them. Yeah, I reckon that's about time to call it, baby. We'll have a bit of supper.
Yeah, Los Oz is going to have a bath. Stuart's calling it a night, but he did come and he wore his frock and his thong.
Yeah, although we didn't actually see any proof
We
of
haven't
it.
seen the photographic evidence, but no, you're right there where you are. Mind you, fresh fig and anything goes really nice with Greek yogurt, goes nice on the side of a bit of steak. I imagine it would go nice with bacon. What?
There's only one thing that goes well with bacon, and that's more bacon. Thank you, guys.
No, thank you for coming in. Sorry it wasn't as lively as it might have been, but hey, I talked to him all week. I was hoping to have somebody else to talk to.
Even mine aren't that lively. Ooh. Neapolitan ice cream.
What do you mean Neapolitan ice cream?
Oh, there's a picture come up of Neapolitan ice cream in the old cardboard box block like we used to get.
Oh, you mean the when things went in the bin and they composted?
Yeah.
You gave the milk bottle back to the milkman. The ice cream
Yeah.
wrapper went in the compost bin because it was cardboard. Um, Everything was wrapped in paper. We didn't have
And you
plastic bags.
and you could get
You had your
threepence
own.
back on your pop bottles.
Aye.
Especially the Corona ones. They were the ones that were worth money. Yeah, I can remember them days.
There was a. I just remember there being a gully at the bottom of our cul-de-sac that led through to the main road, and it was right by the corner shop. So you wandered down there. There was always somebody thrown a bottle away when the shop was shut. So as kids, we'd go down there and pick up the litter and take it round to the shop, get the money back on the bottles, and buy sweets. It was excellent.
We had a brilliant little scam going. Boy, one was in the shop getting his money for the bottles. The other bugger would be out the back, taking them back out the crate and going back around the front with them again. I think it was 4 or 5 times was the record. We got the same bottle going round twice in one day. Don't know if there is any videos we won.
There's a couple out there, or there was a couple out there, but I've got no way of contacting people that might have them. Um, and unfortunately, my keyboard player had an awful lot of the recordings where,
He died.
yeah, where we spent hours rehearsing and recording things and working on things, because it's so much easier to listen back and discuss and but unfortunately he passed away, and I know damn well he will have had the jab, and he died of a heart attack.
Yeah.
But I don't know how, if that video thing didn't work because the microphone won't pick up the speaker. Why won't the microphone pick up the speaker? I don't know how, because I know exactly where there's a CD, but I can't play it on this computer because this computer hasn't got a CD drive. So, and even if I did, with the mic not picking up the speaker, how the do you? Yeah.
We'll sort it out. We'll sort it out. Right, do you want to call it then, babe? Because my eyes are fucking gone here.
Yeah, as I say, unfortunately, it was unfortunate. And what really got me about Geezer passing, because that was his nickname, was the news went through my ex to be passed on to all the musicians, and of course my ex wouldn't talk to me, so I didn't get to hear. But and his sister didn't tell me, unfortunately. But it's life. It's life, and he had a good one. So you know. Pardon?
And ours goes on.
Yeah, life goes on. But I'll see what I can find. See what I can find for you, E1.
Figure it out for next week. Right, I'm going to drop out because my eyes are going in and out of focus like all sorts here.
Yeah, you always say I take too long to say goodbye.
Yeah. So I will say good night to everybody. And see you all on Sunday.
Okay. See you Sunday. Draw. I will say thank you everybody for coming in. Glad you enjoyed it. It's something to do. As long as he doesn't want me to go and cook bacon now. But no, it's been good. It's been good. But I do need somebody else to come up and come on the to want to come on the panel. I should have put the link out there. If any of you ever do want to come up, let me know and I'll put the link up. I didn't even think about it, and Roger didn't remind me. He's useless. But next week, you don't have to come on camera. Just come and talk to us. So I'll say good night to you all. And I'm not going to do this stay safe and all the rest of it, but stay safe. See you next week. See you Sunday on Dan's Live. And of course, Wednesday on his. And take care, everybody. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, I'll stop the stream. But that still seems to be going. StreamYard, end stream.